Right, hello. Um, why am I doing a video on Madonna potentially dying on Friday the 13th, which is tomorrow, by the way? Okay, in a very short space of time, as usual. I've left this to the last minute to do the video. Um, it's going to be 9:13 tomorrow, okay, or 139 if we say the date the other way around. I want to show you some tie-ins with Madonna's birthday numbers that's in my chart of a rain decode chart, and maybe this will, I don't know. I'm just going to show you the connections. Um, Probably nothing will happen, but this is a pretty important date coming up with, I don't know how to say it, with a connection to another date that I'm going to do a video on tomorrow night, probably, potentially for the Hoover Dam. Okay. Well, without further ado, let's just crack on. Right, so Friday the 13th. Notice this with the a 24-hour nightmare of terror. Notice the 24's been chucked in here. With the obviously with the 13 here, and if we're looking at tomorrow, 9/13 24 2024. Okay, so okay, what have we got? Have we actually got any real good connections here, Dan? Not really. I'm going to show you the connections that are in this table first. Okay, the first thing to note is, okay, when we look in the table, 139 shows up in a couple of spots. So it's important because number one shows up down here, and all this 7 column here is all to do with balancing these two columns here. Okay, which of course we all know the importance of these two columns with the 55 and the 88 totals at the bottom. Okay, so 139 is, what do I want to say? It's just a balance number that connects to 55 and 88. Obviously, when you add up 55 and 88, it actually comes to 143. Okay, and the reason why you get this 4 difference between these two numbers for our totals here is because we're also including this top line, and this is a 7 here rather than the addition of these two together, which would be 11. So this is why we get this 4 difference, okay? But it's important because it is, I don't know what to say. It's just a balance number with this 7 column is all to do with balancing these two columns here. So super duper important 139. Okay. It also shows up right here. Okay. Now I want to show you something interesting about the film. We'll go to the 1980 film first. Another interesting thing about 1980 is the total, if we add Lucas numbers up all the way to, oh, for goodness sake, my bloody internet's gone off again. But anyway, what do I want to say? If we add up all the way to here, okay, all these numbers, our total to this point is 198. And that is important because the film comes out, the original Friday the 13th comes out in 1980. Okay, not to mention we have a 2-9 reference here. Okay, and this will become important in my next video. Okay, but just bear that in mind. This 2-9 reference is super duper important, and it actually shows up in a couple other spots with 139. Okay, so that's the first thing being said. All right, the year that it comes out. Then if we look at the cross reference here for this 139, okay, Friday the 13th, 59 is our cross reference. okay, to this 139 here. Let's look at something real quick in the film. I hope I can get off of this now. Hang on. Now that the internet is... Oh, it's back on. Yes. Get rid of this. Okay. Let me show you the release dates here. Okay, the release date is 5/9, May the 9th. Okay, runtime 95 minutes. Okay, we come back to the table, and yes, so this Friday 13th is pretty important. Okay, with the 139. Okay, because of this reference back to back to this cross reference of 5/9 back to, and also this reference when the year it comes out, 1980. So all referencing back to the 9 column, which is really important as well, because that's the thing. Oh, I'll just say that's the thing we've got to get back to. All I'm saying is my next decode will be connecting to, again, back in September. Okay, so another thing to note is the reboot of the film, which actually happens in 2009. Okay, again with this cross connection here. So the reboot of the film in 2009, okay, happens to be, I think it's 97 minutes long. Let's go look at it. Hang on. Or 79 minutes long. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Here's the 2009 version of the film. And if we get down to the bottom here, here we go. Runtime 97 minutes. Look at the release date, February the 9th, 29. Look at the other release date. I guess that was the Chinese theater. Look at the other release date, 2/13. Okay, let's go back to the table. Look at this, 2/13 here. Okay, notice our 97 as well, tying in with the same 139. Okay, as this 5/9 was referencing. Okay, so this is really interesting. And another thing we can look at as well is if we come over here and we look at this 9/7 here, this is also tying in with a 9/13 underneath. Now, the reason why I bring this up about, so we've looked at the film, right? And the reason why I bring this up about Madonna is because I'm going to do, well, there's two little things I'm going to show you here. Okay, let's get rid of all this a minute. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to be all over the place here, but the first thing is the connection with Donald Trump's ear wound, okay, which is 7/13, okay, but really important with the idea of, I don't know, Donald Trump, just the connections with Donald Trump and Madonna this year with Madonna's. There's just tons of little connections, right? If you've watched some of my other stuff, you'll know about the little connections already. 7/13, if we say September, which is the 7th, named for the 7th month, okay, 7/13 becomes very interesting with this Friday the 13th coming up, actually in with the 9th month, September. Okay, so we have that switch over with the name of the month and then its actual number. Okay, so this tie in with Donald Trump's little event, right? Which I'll expand upon. If something happens, I'm going to expand upon that in the next video. But for right now, I just wanted to mention it, right? Because this 7/13 also shows up down here. This 9/13 here, okay, and right above it is the 5/9 again, as we had the cross reference, and we also have the following day, which is 9/14. So this might happen either tonight or it might happen. if it happens, which it probably won't. But again, potentially running into the 14th would be very interesting, you know. Um, anyway, what I wanted to show you as well is the tie-in with this number right here, because I showed you something ages ago to do with friends. I might have it up here. Where is it? Come on. Hang on. I want this one. Oh, my eyes are going. The one where Estelle dies, okay? And you know that Madonna also had I think she took the name Esther for a while. So this Estelle thing was kind of interesting because Estelle looked a lot like Madonna. And there was also a Saturday Night Live skit with Mike Myers, where Madonna was in there with Mike Myers, and she kind of looks like this character from Friends. Anyway, episode 233, the one where Estelle dies. So Estelle looks like Madonna. 233, right? Okay, and this is also the one where I guess Janice, who is Chandler Bing's sort of, you know, the I don't know, the ex-girlfriend that's a pain. Okay, Janice. We kind of link him back with the Two-Faced God, back with Goldeneye now as well, and that link him with Pierce Brosnan and Die Another Day, where Madonna's in that Bond film. Anyway, it's interesting that real name's Maggie Wheeler as well, which is interesting with the idea of the Mary and the wheel, the cycle, the pi cycle. You know, oh blimmin' hell, just go around in circles. But anyway, this is the last appearance for her as well, which is significant in the idea of kind of that. Oh, I don't know. The annoying, the annoying thing being gone. Okay. Yeah. Why did I want? Anyway, so that's kind of interesting. It's the last thing. Oh yeah, that's the reason why I was bringing that up with Chandler, is because, of course, Chandler Bing is Chandler Bing. Matthew Perry's birthday is 3 days after Madonna's, and if you flip that number around, 918, which is coming up as well, which is an interesting date. That date, when I say it's coming up, we're thinking Matthew Perry's birthday is the 19th of August. Flip that around, you can get back to the 18th of September, flip those numbers, and also you can flip those numbers around and get to Madonna's birthday just by rotating them. You can get to the 16th of August. Okay, so the connection with Matthew Perry is really interesting, and of course the Perrier bottles in Back to the Future have his death date encoded in them. And again, if we go back to Die Another Day, there is a scene where the tank, which the whole tank scene and the train scene has a reference back to Madonna at the start of the scene and at the end of the scene, with the boys with their toys, with this boy toy reference. Okay, and in that scene, of course, with the tank, I'm pretty sure it goes through like a truck with Perrier bottles on board. Okay, it does that huge, great big sort of blow through those bottles. Okay, so there's this link back with Matthew Perry, the Perrier, okay, the tank scene, and back to Madonna. Okay, and I believe Oh dear. I had a connection back to I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure I had a connection back to 4-4. It might have been in the film. There might have been an actress in the film that was a 4-4 date, or there might have been an actress. I can't remember where I was looking at it now though, with a 4-4 reference. It might have been in one of these scenes. In fact, I think. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'll find it. I'll go back to it in the next video. But anyway, the one where Estelle dies. Let's get to the point, Dan. Come on, bloody hell. 233, right? Episode 233, right? So if we now go back to the chart of Lorraine, we can see that 233 is right at the bottom of the Twin Towers here. Okay, and it's, you know, here we go. You know, it's right next to the Donald Trump thing that is referencing, you know, back with the 5-9 and all this stuff. Okay, but we can also look up here for the 233 as well, and again, it's in the 13th column. And actually, if we come across here with Fibonacci, okay, this 0, when you do the full reduction of the cycle, it repeats. Yeah, every 24 digits, it just repeats. The reduced cycle just repeats over and over again. This 0 at that point of full reduction is actually a 9. Okay, and that's where we get our 9/11 from, which was very kindly brought to our attention by Lambda 115. But this 9, this 9 here, okay, 913, okay, 913 again, with the 223 cross reference here. So that becomes really interesting with Madonna, okay, and that Friends episode, the one where Estelle dies, okay. And the reason why I'm bringing up Friends is because I'm going to show you something for the next video. In fact, I might just show you it right now, and then we'll be on to the next video, because there's so much stuff for the next video. It's just crazy. Anyway, let me show you this other place where also note that this 139 connects in with the 2s here as well. Okay, so as we had the 2-9 reference over here, you know, with all these bits down in here. Again, let me show you something else here. This is the one that I really wanted to show you, which is Madonna's numbers right here. And if I cut up here, you'll be able to see that this is 168. Okay, read it backwards, is the 16th of August, Madonna's birthday. And then we have the tying into the 139. Okay, so again, super duper important. I thought it was super duper important anyway. Okay, it's just absolutely nuts, really, when you see that, and then you see the connections with 5-9. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention as well. Madonna did the video with Christopher Walken, where she croaks in the video. I think it's Bad Girl. And the number that is referenced in here on the clock, in that video, sorry, is this number, 519. Read it backwards, 19th of May, if you like. Those numbers there, again, tying in with that 97 again, with the new film, and tying in with that 913 there, tying in with the 5-9. So it's one of these things that's, I don't know, it's just fairly loaded. Yeah, I basically just wanted to mention that is, you know, was kind of right there. And was there another? I feel like there was another. Can't remember now. I felt like there was another reference to Madonna in here with the um, with that date as well. Yeah, I can't remember. Just one other thing though is that Matthew Perry date, which also flips around, which is this. You kind of have to reduce that 11 that's in the middle there just to a single one. It's kind of worth noting that there is a 13 that joins in with this. So I don't know. When you do a cross in here, that 13 there joining in. I don't know with the 13. Anyway, was there anything else, Dan? I felt like there was another Madonna number in here somewhere. Anyway, I'll show you something else that's interesting, because it's going to tie in with the next date, which is 9/22 for the Hoover Dam to 9/23. Okay. So the reason why this becomes even more interesting with the Chandler Bing thing, the Matthew Perry, connection, and the Madonna connection, and all this stuff, is that if we now look at this total number in the 7 column, all about balance, coming back to balance, right? If we look at this 139, Friday the 13th here, now it connects in with that 9/22 that I'm going to show you in the next video. Okay. Now again, Labor Day was our 2/9 date this year. Okay. I kind of given up on all this stuff after nothing happened on the 4th of September. But anyway, 9/22 is the next date I'm going to be looking at. Okay. Through to 9/23. Okay, and I've got a lot of interesting bits and bobs to show you with that. But if we also look over here as well, which is again the same deal, right? The 139. Check out the fact that we can pick over to here. Check out that 9/22. That's there's this 22 coming after this 139. It's super duper interesting. It's just super duper interesting. I think I might just leave it there for the video. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it there for the video. Again, with this 11, 12 up here, these two columns, and these two sets of numbers here, again, we've got 1, a 9. We can just amalgamate those 9s. 1, a 9, a 3, yeah, and a 2 and a 2 coming in. These numbers, it's just interesting the way they're connecting together. So even if Madonna doesn't croak, and again, here we go again. Look, 322 there as well, tying in. Yeah, 322. But I want the 322, and here's the 233, the number of the episode there. So I don't know. I'll show you something else as well. This 9 here, right? This 0 would be a 9, right? Hence ground 0, 9/11. Yeah. We've got 9/23, which is the following day. Okay, again, like I was just pointing out here with this 9, 239 that's in here as well. It's just interesting the way these numbers are tying together. Okay, I know that was long, convoluted, but just to finish this off, let me show you something. When did Friends first air? September 22, yeah, the 22nd of September 94. Okay, and again with the 9/4 that I've just been going on about, this is just super duper interesting. And then if we go to May the 6th, and again, look, we've got the 24th in there, May the 6th, which again, if you invert the number 5, you're going to get a 2. If you, well, a reflection of the number 5 is the number 2, and then again the inversion of 6 is 9, which is a rotation in that case rather than a reflection. But you know, May the 6th is a 2/9 as well, which is again is interesting with this the 922. There is an absolute ton of stuff with this 922 that ties in very, very nicely. But I want to show you one more thing, right? Madonna's birthday. Okay, where the hell is it? Right here. 229. Okay, we are in a leap year this year, so the day that has shown up, okay, that has appeared, the one that has come this year was on 229 on the 29th of February. Okay, so this is really important. And then what I wanted to show you as well is the tie-in with 137 days left from her birthday, and the tie-in with the ear thing with Trump again. Okay, this tie-in with the 713. Okay, so that's hopefully making a little more sense. And again, if we go to, what was that? Hang on a minute. Where was it? If we go to May the 6th, okay, which is the end date, the finale, okay, let's go to May the 6th, come on. Okay, May the 6th, check out our end date. We got the 127, the 3, you know, the 3 towers, 1, 2, and 7, okay. May the 6th. This is this year, but this will be the same for 2004, because 2004 was a leap year as well, should be a leap year anyway. Look at our days left in the year. 239, yeah, 239. And again, the 23rd of September is the following day. And again, we're switching over from Virgo to Libra at that point. That is the equinox, okay? Oh, and here you go. See, this is why I was going to leave this for the next one, because there's just so much to go through. But I'm going to, obviously, I'm going to show you a decode. There is a 922 on the dollar bill. I will be showing you that, and in the next video. And oh, blimmin' hell, there is another dollar bill that has the 139 on it. Okay, I can't remember which order it's in though, but it has those numbers on that dollar bill. And I think it's I think it's 319. Okay, so you have to read it backwards to get 913. The fascinating thing about that is this year is the 22nd is the equinox, okay, where we're changing from Virgo to Libra, and of course Libra is the balance scale. So if you hold your hands out like Christ, okay, that is the scales of justice, balance, okay, the cross. If we go to the equinox that is on the other side of the year, the spring equinox, I believe it was on the 19th of March this year. I might have to check that. But anyway, even if it's not this year, some years it would be on the 19th of March, I think. But I've got a feeling it was, I think I looked at it recently, and I think it was on the 19th of March this year. So we have this other dollar bill that is referencing an equinox as well, which is fascinating with the tie-in. I don't know what else to say. I just don't know what else to say, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't know. The only other person I could think that might croak on the 13th might be Joe Biden, but I haven't really looked at any of his numbers for that date. It is a possibility, because if you look at Joe Biden's birthday numbers, he's put a 0 on the end of this 112 here. On either side of this, again, we've got 9, 3. We can just extend that. We can steal one of them 9. We've got the numbers there around Joe Biden's birthday as well, so it's kind of, I don't know. I haven't really looked into the potential for, any potential connections with Joe Biden there. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. I will be doing a video on 922 because there's some further reductions and some really interesting buried connections with these cycles that link us back to 922 as a midpoint. Okay. And in fact, I'll just go through one of those things right now. Is when we reduce these numbers here, so we're looking at these numbers that are right at the center of the table. This reduces to a 2. This reduces to a 9. This is why 29 is so important. It's why I keep going on about 29. This reduces to 11 and then back down to a 2. This reduces to 11, back down to a 2. Okay, so you can see why this is really important. And then if we look at this reduces to a 13. Okay, and then obviously 13 reduces back down to a 4. Okay, so now we can see why 922 2024 is really important with the center of this table, and I'm going to show you some more important stuff to do with this reduction here and how it shows up in the dollar bill as well. So anyway, stay tuned for that. We'll wait and see on Madonna for tomorrow. I'll tell you the other. I think I kind of mentioned this, but again, all the connections with my grandfather to Madonna, just little connections, right? My grandfather, super superstitious, right? Wouldn't have nothing painted green. He did this strange thing with his teacup where he'd turn the teacup around and then do the spoon over. I don't know how to explain it, but it was this little ritual thing that he did with a cup of tea. I don't know where it came from. Another thing that he wouldn't do is he would not go out on Friday the 13th. At least that's what I'm told. He wouldn't go to any do's on Friday the 13th. Wouldn't book them up. Very superstitious. So this would be a kind of a very interesting personal reference as well, this date. It's kind of the reason why I started looking at it. Kind of. Anyway, I'm leaving it there. Right here in the table. Her birthday numbers with the 139 there. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on another one soon. Alright, cheers. Sorry that was so long and it was a little bit painful, but anyway, catch you on another one soon. Cheers. Bye.